if you can understand that in every single given situation that you have the power to choose, then you will understand that you are the creator of your life. You are creating this reality around you, and everything in your life is all based on your perception of those things. Two different people can have the same situation, life situation, and they can have a completely different experience in the human experience because their perception is different. And you get to choose what your perception of every single moment is. You get to choose. You get to choose in every single moment of your life. You get to choose. It is one of the greatest gifts that you have been given in this human experience, is that you get to choose. You get to choose. In every single solitary moment of your life, you get to choose. You get to choose how you think about something. It's challenging sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't feel like that, but you have the power to choose. You can change your mind. You can change it in an instant. You can change it in the middle of a thought. That is the power that you have been given in this human experience. It's the power to choose who you are, to choose how you think, to choose how you act in every single moment. Even when somebody makes you mad, even when something wildly unpredictable happens in your life, even when you're faced with trauma and heartache and challenges, you still have the power to choose. Every single time, every single moment of your life, you get to choose how you think, how you act, how you feel. You get to choose. So choose. Choose what you want. Choose what you want to focus on. Sometimes we get confused because a life circumstance will happen that we don't think that we chose, but our soul has chosen for us, and it is our job to focus on certain perspectives and to choose what we're focusing on. That is your job on behalf of your soul, on behalf of your spirit, on behalf of the consciousness of the universe. You get to choose where your focus goes. You get to choose what thoughts you're going to think. You get to choose how you're going to act. You get to choose how you're going to feel in that moment. You get to choose every single time. And it feels challenging sometimes. But you do get to choose. And if you understand that you have the power to choose in every single moment, then all of a sudden you will find yourself in a moment where you're scared, or you're challenged with something, or you're sad, or something that you feel like is out of your control, and all of a sudden you will remember that you get to choose in that moment. You get to choose how you react. You get to choose how you respond. You get to choose right in that moment. But first you have to understand that you have the power to choose every single time. Every single time you have the power to choose. In a challenging situation, you have been given this gift, the power of choice. It is everything. It is the biggest gift that you have in this universe, in this life. You get to choose. You get to choose. You get to choose. Can you understand the power that holds? The power that you have been given, that you can choose. That you can choose in every single moment. You can choose. You can choose to be better. You can choose to break a habit. You can choose to do something different. You can choose to go somewhere else. You can choose. It is your greatest power sometimes life has circumstances that our ego self feels like it does not choose. So we get mad and we get our feelings hurt and we think, oh, I didn't choose that. So now your understanding of your power to choose is compromised by your ego because you think, I didn't choose that. Guess what? You're just the host of your soul here on earth. You don't get to choose all the ways that the universe is going to expand through you. Sometimes your soul has chosen before you even get here. Sometimes it's bigger than your ego. That's a lot. A lot of times it's bigger than your ego. But it's your job to choose on behalf of your soul. Choose the highest vibration you can. Choose the highest frequency that you can reach for. That is what your soul is choosing for. That is what your soul is looking for. You have been given divine assignments on this earth that sometimes do not feel like your choice, but they are. They are you, you soul, you consciousness, you spirit, you. You have been given these divine assignments, and it is your power in them to choose what your soul would choose. But if your ego is in the way, is in between, then you won't choose the highest vibration. You won't choose the best reaction. You won't choose because you are forgetting your power to choose. The ego has wedged itself in between you and yourself in an effort to try and protect itself, because the ego is not bad. The ego is trying to protect you and trying to protect itself every step of the way. So what happens when you get a challenge, when you get something that seems like you didn't choose it, your ego says, we better protect you. We better protect us and let you know that because this is challenging, we're going to feel like we didn't choose that. Because guess what? If you surrender your ego and you understand that you get to choose in every moment, then your ego has to take a backseat. And your ego has to be the passenger and not the driver. And that's its true job. But it's scared. It wants to drive for you. It wants to lead you in directions that thinks it's going to protect you. The ego is the challenge. The ego is part of the game of this human experience. Without the ego, this is not a game. This is not a challenge. We do not expand consciousness in the same way. You get to choose. You get to choose in every single moment of your life. You get to choose.